Imagine a quiet spring night, Enfield, Illinois.
Mm.
And then something. Well, something unthinkable shatters that quiet. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a genuinely chilling cold case, the Enfield Horror. We've got eyewitness accounts, investigation notes, all from April 1973. They lay out this series of events that are just bizarre. Our mission here is to really extract the core facts, look hard at the unusual evidence, and try to unravel one of America's strangest mysteries. Okay, let's unpack this.
It is fascinating, isn't it, how quickly that kind of small-town tranquility just evaporated into, well, terror. And it starts with two encounters, remarkably similar, reported almost at the same time.
Right, that's the kickoff. First, there's 9-year-old Greg Garrett. He's in his backyard, and his evening just gets completely turned upside down. He described this creature, 4, maybe 5 feet tall, slimy gray skin. It was perched on 3 legs.
3 legs, yes. And 2 very small arms, curved claws, and these 2 glowing pinkish red eyes. That's what he reported.
And it lunged at him. Actually made contact.
It lunged, shredded his tennis shoes. The boy was terrified, understandably. And those damaged shoes, they were immediate chilling evidence of something.
Okay, so that's one incident, but you said 2 almost simultaneously.
Exactly. At that very moment, right across the street, Henry and Lily McDaniel's children were screaming that something was trying to claw its way into their house.
Through the door. Or a window.
They didn't specify exactly how, just that it was trying to get in. Then Henry McDaniel went outside and saw it himself. And his description, it matched Greg Garrett's almost perfectly gray, glistening skin, 3 legs, those huge glowing eyes.
So if McDaniel sees this thing, what does he do?
He had a .22 pistol. He fired at it. He said he heard this hiss like a wildcat and then watched it bound away.
Bound, like jumping.
Huge leaps. He claimed it covered about 75 feet in just 3 hops before disappearing over the railroad tracks nearby. An impossible distance, really.
75 feet, 3 hops.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have these 2 accounts, moments apart, descriptions matching, a firearm involved. How did the authorities respond when they arrived?
That's when it starts to get even stranger, if possible. The Illinois State Troopers arrived on scene, and what they found, well, it wasn't just hearsay. They found deep scratch marks gouged into the aluminum siding of the McDaniels' house.
Scratches from claws.
That's what they looked like. And crucially, they were too high up and seemed too deep for any known local animal, like a dog or a bobcat.
And anything else?
Yes. Nearby, 3 distinct footprints. 2 were about 4 inches wide, 1 was slightly smaller. Each one had marks like long claws gouged into the ground. Nothing in their police training could really explain that combination of evidence.
Could they have been faked? Or maybe misidentified tracks from, I don't know, farm equipment or something unusual?
It's always a possibility, that skepticism. But the troopers noted how unusual they were, the consistency with the sightings, the scratches. It was hard to dismiss immediately as a prank. And then things escalated. The town sort of became a focal point for chaos.
Chaos, how so?
Well, Henry McDaniel reported seeing it again on May 6th, just watching it move along some railroad trestles.
A second sighting by him.
Yes. And then a local news director, Rick Rainbow, he also reported seeing something. A shadowy, stooped figure, gray, about 5 feet tall.
Did he get pictures? Video?
No, but he claimed he recorded it scream. Described it as unearthly.
An audio recording. So the sightings continued, backed by this initial physical evidence. You mentioned chaos. Was it just people coming to look?
Partly that. News crews, curiosity seekers, monster hunters, you name it. It definitely disrupted the town. Local gossip started flying, stories got exaggerated, you know how it goes.
Yeah, the original story gets lost in the noise.
But amid that noise, a 1978 case study did manage to focus things slightly. It identified only 3 primary first-hand witnesses, Greg Garrett, Henry McDaniel, and Rick Rainbow. And crucially, it noted their accounts remained strikingly consistent, despite the media frenzy.
And the physical evidence. The shoes, the siding, the prints.
That study noted that this physical evidence strongly supported their claims. It made it very difficult to just write the whole thing off.
Okay, consistent accounts, physical evidence noted by police. But here's the big question for me. Why don't we have clear, definitive photos of all this? The shoes, the siding scratches, those unique prints.
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's where the case really becomes murky. Skeptics point to this lack of hard, lasting proof. Was it a hoax, maybe drummed up for attention, even tourism? It's been suggested.
Plausible, I suppose, in some ways.
But the initial reports, the police findings, they give you pause. The lack of widespread clear photos is puzzling. Perhaps evidence was collected but not preserved or disseminated properly, or maybe photos were taken but weren't clear enough. The media attention and the local rumors definitely complicated things, mixing fact with folklore.
Yeah, so just as things reached this peak of confusion and attention,
Yeah.
the creature itself just stopped appearing.
Exactly. As quickly as the Enfield Horror arrived, it vanished. No more sightings, nobody ever found, no definitive answers. It just faded back into local legend. A whisper.
So what are we left with? A creature from somewhere else, some kind of unknown animal, or a very elaborate, maybe contagious fabrication?
It's hard to say definitively. Those scratches, the specific footprints, the consistency of the descriptions, especially the initial ones, they still resist any easy explanation. It leaves us with this persistent puzzle.
And for you listening to this, what does a story like the Enfield Horror mean? Perhaps it's a stark reminder. Even now, in our world filled with cameras and constant documentation, some things might just remain unexplained, defiantly so. It challenges what we think we know. What part of this genuinely strained, unsolved mystery stands out most to you? What do you find the most unsettling, or the most compelling aspect?